So here it is, the Shockwave 55. You can see it on the workbench here. It takes up pretty much the whole workbench. Around to the back end of the boat with all the fancy rudders and the prop. You can see all that stuff there. Very long boat. I think it's 61 inches from the very tip to the propeller. I'll open it up. There's these two screws in the back. Which you take out. You can see the antenna there. And then you lift it up. And then there's a little switch in the front. And off comes the cover. There you can see the Zenoah G26M engine and all the cooling lines for it you can see. And there's the tuned pipe that goes out and exhausts out the back end there. And the fuel tank and the radio box. That's in a seal-tight enclosure. And that's really all about that there is. That's the clutch. That blue thing there is the clutch. So that when you start the engine, the propeller doesn't move, and only when the engine picks up RPMs does it move. And then somewhere in here, let's see if I can find it. There it is, if you can see that. That's the water pump back there. Right there. So it takes water in from, if you look on the rudder here, you can see there's a little pickup tube in front of the rudder with the hose. So on both of the rudders, it's a dual rudder system with a stabilizer arm between it. Both of those go into the water pump, and then cooling goes through the engine. There on the black cap there, you can see it's water cooled there. And then also on the exhaust, the tuned pipe exhaust there's a little cooling line section right there as well. And then it goes out the boat on those two things outside. So once you start the boat and you put it in the water, you check on the other side of that and make sure water's coming out. But you can see the way that they mounted the engine in there. It's got plywood in there to keep it rigid, and it goes all the way from basically the middle of the boat all the way to the back is the whole engine mount system. And then the very, very back of the boat, that's all wood back in there as well. And it's all got some resin or something on it to keep it very strong and rigid. So that's the inside of the boat.